everyone. Welcome back to Think-N-Innovate podcast. Today, we have someone who's incredibly inspiring with us, a powerhouse who's empowering women in the UAE and beyond. None other than Reema Mahajan. She is the founder of Indian Women in Dubai, IIT Delhi, and IIM Bangalore alumni, and has a resume which will make you wonder if she ever sleeps. Reema, welcome to the show. Asia's top 100 women power leader would do a great on LinkedIn bio. So, you left the corporate hustle to build Indian Women in Dubai. First of all, how did it all begin?
So Indian Women in Dubai is a COVID baby. I have been a corporate girl for 10 years before that. But during COVID, we realized the stress in the system. We realized that women were emotionally stressed, financially stressed, physically stressed due to the things in the world, and they needed a support system. So the real IWD as we see it today was born during COVID, because every day at 4 o'clock, we would organize a Zoom session where ladies will come together and talk to each other. And if somebody will give us a free meditation session, free Zumba session, I'll say, do it for my girls. And that's when IWD grew from a handful of members to 30,000, purely by word of mouth, purely by women recommending and liking what we did and how we did it and asking their friends to join.
Ah, what a leap. You are leading the largest women expat community in Dubai. Tell us about the early days. Was it all smooth sailing, or were there some, why did I do this?
There was always doubt because, normally it's said women don't support each other, right? And I was having lunch with a friend and I told him this idea that, I think there could be a platform where women come together every day, because it's not very normal to have these platforms. They're not very popular, right? And he laughed at me and he said that if you put 3 women together in a room, all they will talk about is kitty parties, kids, or makeup. And I think that felt like a personal challenge to me, that how could somebody think about that? And I think I'm very proud to say that IWD together today is like 100,000 women's together, and the chatter is not about kitty parties, makeup, or kids. We talk growth, we talk support, we talk entrepreneurship, and the agendas we pick up are very different. So I think the challenge in the early days is the strength today.
Let's go back in time for a moment. What was little Reema like? And were you always this ambitious even as a child?
So I was a very good student. I come from a normal middle class family from Chandigarh. My dad is an advocate, mom was a housewife. Education was always important in the family, and we've grown up with that values that you study hard, you work hard. I've seen my dad working incredibly hard, starting from zero to something big he is today. So that was ingrained in the family, that we were all very hardworking. Studies were a priority. So I topped class 12th in the state. Went to IIT Delhi, went to IIM Bangalore. Laying academics was the backbone. So Reema that time was never, and social media did not exist while we were growing up, right? But I think what it all taught me is to take the challenges and just go with the flow and grow with it.
So did you have any role model while you were growing up, and did you have this kind of ambition, like, something that I'm...
So I always wanted to create impact, and you don't know what type of impact you can create until you do it, basically, and everybody can pick up a different forte to create impact. I think while growing up, I've looked up to my dad because I've seen him working incredibly hard. I used to look up to Indra Nooyi while we were growing up, because she was a brown woman trying to take on America and running the multi-billion-dollar corporation across the world, right? And she was from IIM Calcutta, so I'm an IIM alumni, so we always take pride in that. I used to look up to Priyanka Chopra, for example. I still look up to her and how she's crossed borders, been to America and created a ripple there. So I look up to strong ladies who are turning the world in their own way and taking on challenges as they go.
So IWD went from small idea to this powerhouse community, and you have partnered with over 100 plus major brands, some like HSBC, Olay, Tanishq. Tell us, what's your secret to landing these collaboration? Is this your charm, negotiation skills, or just a pure magic?
No, it's IWD's magic. It's not my magic. It's basically because the community is so close knit and well run. Brands want to come and partner with us because if you want to reach out to Indian women in UAE, right? We not only Dubai, we cover Abu Dhabi, Sharjah pretty well, right? There is no better platform than us. And that's what I think brands have increasingly realized, the power of social media to reach out, right? The traditional modes of reaching out to your audience through TV, through radio, through print media are dying slowly, slowly. Everybody is on social media these days. It's quicker, it's faster, it's more efficient, it's more crispy. And I think that's what all of these brands that you've mentioned have realized. So they reach out to us. I'll be very happy and honest to say that none of these are outbound proposals. In all cases, they have reached out to us and said, we want to work with the community. Can you make it happen? How do we make it happen?
And you have got 100,000 plus IWD members. Tell me, has ever confused you for a wedding planner? I mean, with a network like that, you could actually plan Dubai largest wedding in just one WhatsApp message.
Absolutely, yeah. Everything, whether you talk events, whether you talk home decor, whether you talk birthday cakes, I literally plan everything on my WhatsApp. I have not had to go to any place to do it. Like my birthday parties get done on WhatsApp because I have all the numbers of the people who do that, right? We organize Indian Women Awards, which is our flagship event, right? And it's a big, massive 500 people event in Taj Exotica. Everything gets planned on WhatsApp because we have all those people sitting on IWD, and all I have to do is send them a message and say, hey, this is the event, this is the vision, can you help me do it? And everything gets done on that, basically. So I think the community, we're very proud to say that we run big events and we support big events, and everything is run by the women and for the women.
For women who aspire to make a difference but don't know where to start, what advice would you like to give to our women?
My advice to everyone here is follow your passion and stay true to it. Just give it your 100%, give it a chance. Because whether you want to be an artist, whether you want to do something in home decor, whether you want to do events, whether you want to do hosting, pick up any area that you feel you have the talent for. Give it a couple of months and go with the flow. Don't doubt yourself, because as women we tend to doubt ourselves so much, right? That's not true. We are multi-talented. We manage family, kids, home, and we can manage our careers along with it. So all you need to do is give it a chance.
Thank you so much, Reema. How do you stay motivated and grounded amid so many responsibilities that you have?
I think the feedback that I get from members of the community keeps me going, right? I think meeting you, and like you said that you've been wanting to meet us for a long time, that feedback says, oh my God, we must be doing something right, that people like you want to have us on your podcast. I do events every week, right? Some are social events, some are business events, and every time I meet the members in the community, the love that I get, the hugs that I get, and how they come and tell me that, oh, I tried this, or I read this on IWD, or I learned this on IWD. IWD is like right now the Google for Indian women Dubai, right? Whatever is happening on town, you will know it on IWD, and I think that feedback loop helps me keep going.
And what's a lesson you learned from your setback and failures that you would like to share with our viewers?
I have learned that failures are not failures. They're actually great, and everyone should have some failures. You should try some things and not succeed, because what you learn from failures, you can always pivot yourself and move towards success. So we've tried multiple initiatives over the years. Some have worked really well, some haven't worked. I think what I've learned to do is pivot very quickly and use that failure as a learning lesson, and not do it again, and try something different. And that's what I would use it for.
What's next for IWD? Any upcoming projects or goals that you would like to achieve? Because still 2024 is not over yet. So anything that is there on your plate?
Tons of them. We have an amazing 2 months lined up. Our events calendar is busier than ever. Like I was saying, Diwali was busy, but now I felt like November is already getting very busy. We are supporting, the government here on the biggest Diwali festival. We have our own business conclaves coming up. So much happening in the next 2 months. I feel December 31, 2024 is far away. I need to get a lot more done before I get there.
And you have been running Women of Wonders podcast and empowering women. IWD's Women of Wonder podcast has over 60 million views. I mean, amazing. That's huge. So what's your favorite part and doing about that podcast?
So, Women in Wonder podcast, the initiative was to bring inspiring and empowering stories of women who've made a difference so that everybody in the community can take inspiration from them. And I'm really glad, the reach, the feedback that we've gotten for the podcast. We shot 40 plus episodes back to back. And we brought some amazing women on the show. Everyone had a different story to tell. And I think that's what the podcast was all about.
And speaking of stories, your mission at IWD stand on three pillars: empowering women, celebrating women, and giving back. Do you have a story that capture all three?
Tons of them, tons of them. I think we now we a lot of that is now captured in IWN also, right? So I want to talk about that because that's our Women Entrepreneurs Network. We have nearly 200 women entrepreneurs who we support every day. We work with them on marketing, mindset, and motivation. And all of them have been a success stories. I know the winners of IWD Season Awards, Season 1, who won 3 years ago, have grown so beautifully in the last 3 years. All of them are doing super amazing in their own areas. And those are all success stories for me. I know of a story of a lady who started with IWD in 2021. She moved from 1 bedroom to 2 bedroom to 3 bedroom to having a warehouse today for her products. And that's the power of IWD.
And now this is my favorite part of the podcast, which is called Rapid Fire Round. And it's time I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you have to answer whatever comes in your mind first. Okay. So, what's your go-to morning motivation mantra?
I have a book of affirmations, and I'll just open it. It has like 200 affirmations, and I'll just read it and say, embrace it. Basically, it's different every day, but it's very positive every day.
Tea or coffee?
Absolutely tea.
If you Kadak chai, every Indian's favorite. If you could pick any women from history to join IWD, who would be?
Mother Teresa.
Biggest misconception about women empowerment?
That it's only for the women. No, I think when you empower a woman, you are empowering the whole family and everything comes along with it. You are changing generations in the future of your kids. So don't think that when I talk about women empowerment, it's only for the lady I'm talking about. I'm making the whole family a better, at a better place.
One word to describe IWD.
Magic.
Favorite way to unwind?
It's old t-shirts, Netflix, sofa, my kids, my husband, my family, and literally as a family doing nothing, basically chilling out together.
True. The funniest request you have ever received from an IWD member?
Oh, I've received multiple requests to start IWD matrimony. There's so many moms who will call us and say, my kids are, young and single and 28. Why don't you recommend a girl for me from IWD? I was like, yeah, we don't do matrimony.
And what's the one piece of advice you would give to women just starting their career?
Go for it. Don't doubt yourself. Find your support system. Prioritize work if you need to, but prioritize every day what you need to do get done today. If you doubt yourself, just tell us. Look back at your celebrations and your achievements and say you can do it.
That's brilliant advice, Reema, and fantastic rapid fire round. Thanks, Reema, for being such a sport. Let's move on to our next segment, which is about giving the advice. And what advice would you give to women who feel they are not ready or qualified enough to take on any leadership roles?
You don't need to start with a leadership role, right? You can start with being a team member. And you can maybe try and work in teams where you look up to the leader there, right? Or maybe join events where you have similar women who are fighting similar battles and talk to them about experiences. Find that support group around you, which are like 3, 4, 5 trusted friends who are in the same journey as yours. Exchange ideas, meet them often, get some positive vibes, get that energy and start it. I think don't doubt yourself. I think we as women doubt ourselves a lot more than we should be doing. A man with the same capability as you will upsell himself like 500 times more than a woman would, because otherwise I'll see my CV has to be perfect for that job. No, it doesn't need to be. You can be 80% perfect. Go for it and you can learn on the job. So I think it's just the attitude of I can do it is what you need to embrace.
And if someone in your audience feels the urge to make a difference but is unsure where to start, what piece of advice you would like to give them?
You can explore. You don't need to pick up that I need to make a difference in just this area today if you're not sure of. Go try a variety of things that you can do, social events, charity events, different sectors. Even in charity events or collaborations or CSR, there are different areas, right? Pick up a cause that's close to your heart.
And if you would like to give a single piece of advice to inspire our listeners to follow their passion, what it would be?
I always say follow your passion and stay true to it. You are unique, and I think that is your superpower. There is no other Nidhi in the world like you are. There is no other Reema in the world, and there is no other you in the world. And embrace that superpower is all I would say.
Thank you so much, Reema, for joining us today. Anything apart from this you would like to share with our viewers? You think it's worth sharing?
No, absolutely. I would like to welcome everyone to IWD, right? If you've been on the platform and you like it, please give us feedback, give us ideas on what we could do better. I'm always asking for feedback to everybody I meet. And if you don't know us, if you haven't followed us, then please look us up on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. We are on all social media platforms. I'd love to have a word with everyone.
Thank you, Reema. It was a pleasure connecting with you today and listening a lot about the exciting stories that you had. And I wish you all the very best. And thank you so much for your
Thank you so much for
advice
having
and
me on the
advice.
show, and kudos to you for bringing stories forward which are going to motivate and inspire so many people.
Thank you for tuning in to today's podcast, where we bring you the stories and insights of trailblazers shaping the future. Until next time, keep innovating, keep supporting, and keep believing in the power of community. Take care, everyone.